Searching for a pot of gold, don't know if I'll ever know. Alright, guys. This is Tony, the known savage, or savagely trading, or savagely hustling. You can find me on Twitter, also with the 786 Assassins group. Now, I'm going to share another strategy. This was one that I learned and I picked up when I was first learning how to trade Forex. And mostly, to be honest, I used it mostly for scalping. I do not suggest that you scalp like as a beginner, as a newbie. And reason for that is because obviously the smaller time frames, when you scalp, it's in and out, right? And then usually when you first start, you don't know proper risk management and all that good jazz. And kind of like with any strategy, no strategy is going to work no matter how hard you try to make it work if you don't understand what you're doing. So keep that in mind. Please learn, read, practice, practice, practice. Practice makes progress. You know, screw that whole practice makes perfect. It doesn't. Nobody's perfect except for the man upstairs. But yes, practice makes progress. Okay. Obviously, the red line you see here is your baseline. Usually, you can color any color you want, but this is a 10 simple moving average, and it will act as your baseline, which means it follows trend. And then this blue one here is your execution line. And obviously you won't execute until you see a crossover, or if you see candle closes underneath your baseline and the crossover, right? But this acts as a confirmation, similar to like the 8 and 21. Differences for your simple moving average, you're gonna go to settings, and you're gonna switch it from 9 to 10, and then with the candle with the close, and then for the method, you're gonna select simple moving average, and then you can save the default, change the color, the width, and all that good stuff. And then over here, you're gonna go for EMA, and you're gonna do the same thing. Select it on 10, close, and then on the method, you're gonna select exponential moving average. Save as default, and there you go. Now you're good to go. And then down here, this is used in Unison with the stochastics. You find it in your indicators up here, and same thing. You're gonna go in here, and I actually, when I was first learning Forex, I found that it worked good on these settings, the 14, 3, and 3. And then obviously you can go in there and change the rest if you want, and then, save as default. But yeah, that's what you're going to be looking for on this strategy here. Like I said, like over here, right? You're going to get a candle close. And then once you get that candle close, similar to like the 8 and 21, right? You want 2 candle closes. You can wait for 2 candle closes. And then once you have that crossover, that's confirmation. And obviously you see here, it keeps going down. And then down here on your stochastics, you had a crossover, right? See, got a crossover. And then if you would have waited for those 2 candle closes, that would have been 1 confirmation. You actually got the full crossover over here. And so you can see so on and so forth, right? And same thing if you're waiting for crossover to the upside. And same rules apply. And like I said, I use this a lot for scalping, and what I mean by that is I would go down to like the 1 hour, 30 minute, 15 minute, and sometimes the 30 minute, 15 minute, 5 minute. And like I said, I don't suggest scalping. especially if you're new. Most people, bug out on scalping or start revenge trading. And what I mean by revenge trading is, once you lose 5% or 10% or whatever, you start doubling down on your entries, trying to make that up, right? And it's so much easier to do it when you're scalping. Take this, from myself. I'm sure a whole bunch of other traders will tell you the same thing. Especially when you're new, at that point, really, if you start revenge trading and you're just trying to make up losses, you might as well be gambling. So, you don't want to do that. Once you become more comfortable, then you can go ahead and start doing all that good jazz of scalping and going on to smaller time frames. But yeah, that's the gist of this strategy. It's pretty simple. You can use multiple indicators, obviously, if you want to use pivot points, the Ichimoku cloud, and all that other good stuff. It's really up to you, but you gotta know what exactly it is you're looking at, right? So, kind of like here, your stochastic is already telling you that you're overbought. And up here, you got your exponential already converging right here with your baseline, ready for a move, most likely to the down, right? And as we can see, what does our pivot say? Excuse the noise in the background. Like, it's my boy. It's a pivot. So we got the pivot here. Obviously, we can't close above that pivot, or we keep seeing a rejection here, most likely head down, right? But we use more than one indicator. If you're part of the Assassin group, you already know that we use more than one indicator. We use multiple, because why not, right? If it will increase your chances of winning, why wouldn't you do it? You hear a whole bunch of other fellow assassins like China Mac, obviously Keith, Fresh, a couple other people out there. Shout out to all those guys, great guys. But yeah, I mean, if you can increase your chances, why not? But like I said, this is something good for like people that just want to try new things. And there's nothing wrong with absorbing more knowledge, right? The more knowledge you have, the better. It's just more tools that you can use later on. Or if some people like to change things up after a while. This is another strategy that I used when I was first learning. Probably like my first year of learning. I tried multiple different things, and eventually I settled with just a couple, right? And you find that good median. But like I said, if you want to learn something new, try something new. There you go. But obviously, the better you get, you'll use multiple other indicators to make your decisions, right? Like obviously, like here on this hourly, see, overall trend is bearish, right? You can actually pull this from up here. I'm just trying to make a point, right? It's actually looking quite. That's actually like a good head and shoulders pattern right there, actually. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's on the hourly though. Like it make for a good quick trade. Possibly. Don't quote me on it. I didn't really break this down or anything. But anyways, simple strat. Like I said, I'll put the settings down in the description. Same thing with the stochastics. And then yeah, I'll probably upload another video, but probably later on, or maybe sometime tomorrow. There are a couple other strategies that I know, and they're basically about the same. They're all simple. They all revolve around other indicators and stuff like that. The other one that I'm going to show is with Bollinger Bands, and it's not anything hard or nothing too complicated. All right, guys. Until next time.